Because it's not religious. It is not a religious war. There is no more jihad. The battle we are facing now, it is social, it is economical, and it is racial. It has nothing to do with your religion. It has nothing to do with what you believe. They look down on you not because you are a Muslim or because you are a Christian. They look down on you because you are black. And we need to understand that the black community have to push away these sentiments, this religion things that has been a blockage, and see how we can build as a community, how we can come together and establish something. I've been saying it. We need to come together. The battle now is racial. It has nothing to do with your belief. It has nothing to do with your belief. It does not matter where you are, as long as you have this skin. They treat you the same. They treat you the same. They treat you with resentment. They treat you as if you are nothing. Not because you are nothing, but because of who you can be, who they know you are. They understand your history. It is only you that does not understand your history. You are still talking about race, religion. When we are dealing with an issue that has to do with racism, it's not about religion. It's not about religion. Many of these people are occultic men and occultic women. Some of them claim to be Christians. Some of them claim to be whatever they claim to be scientists. Some of them don't believe in that, but they come together because it's racial. The battle is racial. It's not religious. It's not a religious battle. It's not a jihad. It's a racial battle. We are the people that has put it in our head and we think it's all about what we believe. No. They've marked you because of your color. And it is that threatens them, because they understand the potential that is built in you. And they don't want you to really be all you can be. They want to give you the impression, they want to create that impression that you can amount to nothing, so that your mind, your total being will accept that condition. And what happens? When you condition yourself to be thinking that you have nothing to offer, definitely you will offer nothing. That is why we have a lot of people that have died without fulfilling their dreams, because they believe that they can amount to nothing. And this is what these people are doing. But proofs and statistics has proved that even in the United States of America, most of our people that traveled from Africa to America did far better than even both the whites and the blacks that we are in America. Why? Because they came believing that they can achieve something. They came believing that they are somebody. They came believing that something is deposited in them, something great. And they were able to achieve something. And I believe that if we also can understand ourselves, it does not matter where you are, that you have these potentials that are locked up in you. Irrespective of the fact that the enemy does not want you to pursue it. He does not want you to push it out. You have these potentials. If you can understand that and push it a little, then nobody can cover your glory. And all the black community, all we need to do, we have the population. Like I said, we have a consuming population. We have the techniques, we have the brain, we have the human force, we have the muscles. We can produce and we can consume, we can sustain ourselves. Not just even only sustain ourselves, we can succeed in this life. With that integration, if all of us can come together, it does not matter where you are, whether you are in the walls of Chicago in United States, or whether you are in Brazil, or are you in South Africa, in Cape Town, or in the land of Nigeria, or in the land of Ethiopia, or are you in Australia, locked up somewhere in a village in Australia? If we blacks can interconnect, reach out, communicate, and concentrate on what we can do for ourselves and patronize ourselves and promote our own, we will overcome. We will overcome. We will reign once again. After all, if you look at, if even the Christian Bible said it, that there was a time there was no food in any place except in Egypt. And people were coming from all over the world to come and seek for food. And Pharaoh and his men fed the whole world for 7 years. We can't overcome these people. Africa has been the peak. Africa has always been at the head. Africa has always, we have always been on top. It's just because 18th century, all of a sudden, everything changed. They stole what was ours. They started claiming what they did not achieve. This great civilization came from us. It was our strength that endorsed it. It was our brain that endorsed it. It was our ancestors that initiated it. We need to understand that it is about time we take back what is ours. We can't allow these people to get away with what they have gotten away with. It does not matter the lies they say. It does not matter the things they say.